today's going to start my rant and rave section. I would really like to try middle of the week, towards the end of the week, to do a new section on rants and raves. Let's face it, we're all pissed off enough. We want to rant and rave about something, so let's give it a shot. Please note I recorded this in my truck while I was waiting for Walmart to open. What a fucking joke Walmart has become.
Angry! I'm so goddamn angry!
So, let's talk about Walmart, shall we? Last Saturday, I went to Walmart. I was there at maybe 5 minutes to 6. And the first thing I noticed was they only opened the doors on one side of the building. I'll guess that's because it's not the greatest neighborhood, and half of the people that live in this neighborhood would probably grab whatever they wanted and run out the door, so it's easier to control it, only having one side of the building open. Okay, I'll give them that. Do note, though, that the doors on the other side of the building still were not open at 6:15. They just didn't open them. But that's on them. But I got to customer service, and the woman that was there in the area, when I asked her, will they open, she just looked at me and walked away. The next guy that walked up, I think his name was Brad, I asked him, and he got all panicked, and he started stuttering, and I was like, calm down, killer. I'm just asking a question. He said, I don't know. It's too many questions, and he walked away. So I'm 0 for 2. Third woman finally walked up and said, they don't open till 7. And I'm looking over her shoulder saying, customer service counter open at 6 a.m., and I'm wondering where they come up with the 7 o'clock number. So I just looked at her very calmly, and I said, this sign on the counter says it opens at 6. And I got the very snide, sarcastic answer of, well, I don't know what to tell you. They don't open till 6. So we're at strike 3 at this point. I don't know what the plan is or why customer service has become such a forgotten art. It used to be you could go into Home Depot or Lowe's and ask somebody where a Fizzy Wiggle Fart Bob is, and they could tell you exactly where on what shelf in that entire store that damn thing would be. Now you walk into Home Depot or Lowe's and you ask somebody where drywall screws are, and they look at you like you're asking them to pull their lip up over their head. I don't get it. I'm really not sure. And the thing I think that's the hardest for me is when I go to work, people expect 100% efficiency out of me. I'm supposed to know everything. I'm supposed to be able to do anything. Short of walking on water, I'm expected to be able to do pretty much anything you throw at me. But I go into any store, anywhere anymore, and I might as well just start looking for shit myself. I don't even ask people where stuff is anymore. Sometimes if you use the store app and it tells you where it is, you got about a 50-50 chance it's going to be there. Not always. Sometimes it's a scavenger hunt, so I usually don't even go shopping unless I have plenty of time to look around. I'm on this customer service rant lately because I'm held to such a high level of precision at work, and then everywhere else I go, I don't think anybody gives a shit. I will give my place of work credit. They are incredibly efficient and accurate. So I'm not banging on my own employer, but these stores, and it's not just where I live. I've been to Ohio. I've been to North Carolina recently. I've been to, where else was I recently? New Jersey, and I've been to Pennsylvania. And it's the same everywhere. The The biggest problem I have, and God bless these people that have done it correctly, the biggest problem I have is when I walk into Walmart and ask for help, and the guy standing there says, no English. Or the woman standing there says, no English. Or I dial a phone number for a company or business somewhere and they say, press 1 for English. I'm getting close to the breaking point. This is ridiculous that we're in the United States of America and I have to pick a language. But when I go into a store and the people working there with the badge on that say, God help me, when you go into the store and the people standing there with the badge on that says, how can I help you? And please note, it says, how can I help you in English with the smiley face here at Walmart, and you ask for help, and they explain to you the best they can that they don't speak English and they don't understand what the hell you're saying. So I will probably be starting an online petition at some point for Walmart to fix this shit. I thought I would get around it and do that Walmart Plus crap and have it delivered to the house and get that for $10 a month. You get some pay channel. I don't even know what it is. I don't use it. And you get the delivery. And the last 3 times we used it, they had to do substitutions, or they didn't have it, or they messed up the order, or they omitted something, or I don't know. I guess that's all the problems we've had. I guess 3 is in the acceptance level at Walmart. 3 mistakes is acceptable at Walmart. But I don't know why I'm even bothering doing this. I mean, I live close enough to one of these big blue monsters. I don't need to have it delivered, and I know at least I'll get what I'm asking for. I know the last 2 times they said they didn't have it. They had to make a substitution. I actually came to Walmart, and the shit was on the shelf. I don't know if these people can't read. You know, they got these mouth breathers doing the deliveries, and now I'm at the point where I don't even want them touching my food if it's a food order. So we're going to cancel that Walmart Plus. Amazon, you still got your shit together, thank God, although I don't know why everything that was getting delivered next day is now getting delivered 3 or 4 freaking days from now. That's getting pretty old. Why am I paying for it if I can drive and get it myself that day? I could accept next day, but 3 or 4 days, screw you, I'll go get it myself. What else do I want to complain about today and bring to everyone's attention? Listen, really, I will be putting out some kind of a online petition. I would really like people to get on board with this Walmart fixing the non-English speaking community, not in customer service roles. Hey, they can stock shelves if they can read the can. But don't get me wrong, I don't want to go into Walmart, go for a can of baked beans, and when I get to the shelf, it's motor oil. I don't want to be seeing motor oil on the shelf where my baked beans go. But get them out of the damn customer service roles. Oh, I know one. I know a really good one. Last time we were at the shore, we went to a Walmart, and was it the last time? It was one of the times I was at the shore. I went to a Walmart, and I was looking at shorts. I wanted to get another pair of beach shorts. I had lost some weight, so I was feeling pretty good about myself. And I went to grab it, and she was Indian or Pakistani or, I don't know, somewhere where they throw curry at you if you knocked on the door too loud at night. But it was like, she was definitely, God, I want to say she was Pakistani. I'm not sure. But she ripped them out of my hands and said, these are too small for you. You need to go over there. And I looked at her and I said, are you fucking kidding me? So I went and got a manager, and I told him what happened, and she freaking denied it right there in my face. And luckily, there was someone else shopping in the area, and they said, no, that's exactly what she did. I saw it. And, of course, Walmart did absolutely nothing about it. So I don't know. I'm just getting tired of this. I live in America. I expect to be speaking English or American or whatever you want to call it. I don't expect to have to learn 3 different languages just to go to Walmart and get a pair of shoelaces. This is getting ridiculous. I'm all for people coming here legally. I mean, we're all immigrants. Let's be honest. We are all immigrants. This country was founded by immigrants. We stole the land from the indigenous people that this land should belong to. So we are all immigrants. But back in the day when the immigrants came here, back in the day when Ellis Island was running and the boats were coming over, the immigrants learned English. We weren't putting, signs up in Italian and, Celtic because, the Irish and the Italians were coming over. They were learning English. I guess the Irish were speaking English. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. They learned English. They came to this country. This was the given language in this country, so they learned it. Now, thanks to the far left, like I said, we have to learn 3 different languages just to get a toothbrush at Walmart. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's not acceptable, and I don't know how this got so out of control and how so many people allowed this to happen. And it was gradual, so that's part of the problem, but I would prefer an immediate solution. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're okay with this, I don't want to drink a beer with you. I don't want to sit at the same table with you to break bread. And I really think you have a problem if you're okay with having to learn 2 or 3 languages to go to Walmart to get a bottle of windshield washer fluid. And God knows you'd probably have to speak to 6 or 7 people if it was a Walmart you were never at. You'd have to speak to 6 or 7 employees to find it, because I'm willing to bet you at least the first 5 people you talk to are going to look at you like your head's on fire when you ask for windshield washer fluid. The thing on Saturday when I went to Walmart is a perfect example. They either don't speak English or they have no social skills, so they go running screaming into the store because they don't have an answer for you. I don't know if we're hiring people on the spectrum or what the hell's going on. I'm all for it, but put them in roles they can perform, and don't put them in roles where you're going to stress them out or make them uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure the guy on Saturday, Brad, I'm pretty sure Brad was on the spectrum, just by his behaviors and twitching and everything when I asked him a question. So, I don't like making someone that uncomfortable, but Brad looked like he was going to implode the way he was twitching and jerking around and trying to give me an answer when he couldn't. So, we got to get on Walmart. This is unacceptable. The big blue demon is everywhere. Everyone relies on it. It should be able to at least perform at a minimum standard, which we should set, not Walmart. Walmart's already proven that their minimum standard is completely unacceptable. And like I said, this has happened over time, so people didn't really notice it right away. But think about the last time you were at Walmart. Yes, you do have people working there. The women that sit at the end of the bar smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day at the Legion. You can smell them when they walk by. 5 minutes after they walk by, you can still smell the nicotine and tar and everything left on their body. They reek of cigarette smoke. Anywhere they're working reeks of cigarette smoke. But damn it, I bet you they know where to put the motor oil when it comes in. I bet I can ask them where, a tube of toothpaste is, and they can tell me. They're going to cough and hack and, everything else, but they're going to be able to tell me where it is. But right now you go in, I'm willing to bet you're going to have to talk to 2 or 3 people before you can find what you're looking for. And this also goes for customer service counters. When I go to the customer service counter, I don't care if the woman talking in front of me is speaking to someone in Spanish. That's fine. It's bilingual. Great. Fantastic. That's customer service. But when I get up there, If I ask her a question and she looks at me and she says, un momento, and she has to go ask somebody else, I'm fucking sick of it. Yeah, that's my rant. I hope everything's okay for you. I hope you're not going through this shit. If you are, keep your eyes out for a petition. I will be coming up with something as long as I can figure out how the shit works online. But keep your eyes open for it. And when you go to Walmart the next time, if something isn't right, if people aren't speaking American English, if people aren't, able to answer your questions, or Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever the hell you're going, if people aren't meeting the bare minimum standard that we should be expecting or they expect of you at work, put your foot down and talk to someone. Contact a manager, contact someone. Writing to corporate isn't going to do dick because corporate knows what's going on. But make someone in the store that is responsible held accountable, because they're not holding their employees accountable. So do what you got to do to get the service you deserve. You're spending money in these stores. You should be getting at least a bare minimum acceptable experience out of it. So good luck, happy shopping, and start making some people miserable. They're making me miserable, so I feel it's my duty to make them miserable until they meet this bare minimum standard that we are going to establish. Peace out.